think this might be one. So this site, movies.fandom,
Okay.
a list of American films released, and if you happen to be viewing us on your YouTube, or we actually should have our stuff on Spotify for the video, but a list of American films released in 2000. I guess we can just do this quick summary of the year. So Gladiator won the Academy Award for Best Picture that year. Almost Famous came out that year, won a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture. And then Nurse Betty won the Satellite Award for Best Film, Musical, or Comedy. So, okay, so Battlefield Earth came out that year and won the Razzie Award for Worst Picture.
Oh no,
that's funny.
That's fucking funny.
All right, so let's just kind of see exactly how long this list is. All right, so I guess I'll just kind of start scanning down. So I don't think we want to necessarily read each one, right? Or do you want to?
No,
start speed reading through this stuff.
I can, 101 Dalmatians, 28 days later, 3
No, wait, no, that's 28 days, not 28 days later. So.
28 days. Yeah, so we don't, fuck it.
If we don't, then, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to, but I mean, they're...
Okay, Sixth Day, I remember that. It was a little... One of Arnold Schwarzenegger's probably last kind of random sci-fi movies where he was, I think, a clone type situation. I remember it kind of... I mean, in 2000, I was in 8th or 9th grade, and it didn't get much fanfare, but, so...
American Psycho came out in 2000?
Heck yeah, so that's gonna be that's already on my list for potentially.
That's got to be one of the top ones. I mean, Gladiator though, Gladiator was a fancy that's what's crazy. That did win the best movie for that year.
And exactly, and we don't even have to pick. We can just come away from this with a couple or each pick. We'll just kind of see what it becomes. So let me make a little ongoing thing here. I don't need that. We'll remember. So we got American Psycho, definitely. Where were we next?
Psycho, definitely.
Animal Factory.
And Almost Famous again was, that was a great movie to come out of that as well.
Bamboozled. I remember that. That was funny.
That was with...
we got Damon Wayans. This is a Spike Lee joint, yo.
Yes. And then Bedazzled also came out that year. That was also a fantastic movie.
Harold Ramis.
I thought that was a good movie, at least. Who was that chick in that?
Dude.
In Bedazzled, who was that chick? She was
Elizabeth Hurley.
God.
Chris and me, your brother and I, if he were in here, I remember we rented this movie. There's still some lines in there that we'll quote. I feel like it was way funnier than either of us expected
whenever
it to be.
Brendan Fraser was dressed up as the basketball player,
and
he was like, we're just gonna play hard out there. And he's just
whenever he's
like
perfect and he's like all illiterate, or no, like very, very literate and educated, and he's like talking about, and I'll do this in the clitoris and the labia, and then his husband comes in, he finds out it's because he's gay. he seemed like the perfect guy, and then his like flamboyantly gay husband shows up.
Dude, that was a very under. That is underrated. Dude, there's so many like clips that have come out of that movie that people still share today.
Yeah, damn the devil to hell.
Hey, dude.
He's just making fun of, like, he's sweating whenever after the basketball game. Just like, that's fun.
I love it. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Oh my gosh, Best in Show came out that year. This is up there. Have you seen this?
I believe
so. It's Christopher Guest's movie. He does all those movies that are kind of like fake documentaries. This one's about like dog shows. It's basically making fun of that Westminster dog show and all these people that. It's like it's a mockumentary. It's Christopher Guest.
I saw
did you ever see Spinal Tap? Like that was like his first one.
Okay.
He did Spinal Tap. He did like A Mighty Wind, which is like he does all these like mockumentary type movies. Or Waiting for Guffman. All of his movies are actually good. And supposedly they're doing another Spinal Tap movie, like sequel. Which if you haven't seen Spinal Tap, anybody listening or it's absolute must see movie. It's hilarious and groundbreaking for its humor. Like, because there's a mockumentary in the 80s about this fake metal band, like a hair metal band, but it's so ahead of its time.
Yeah, you definitely have to watch it.
You've seen it though, right?
Yeah, it's been years. It's one of those things where it's like it was like Wayne's World to me. It's like I've seen it. I just don't.
Best in Show is really good. It's a big
Mama's House. That's why I said when you were. I was like, so it sounded like I was reacting that way to Best in Show, but I saw Big Mama's House. And I was thinking of that, like, oh my god, dude, that was such a fucking. My dad loved that movie.
Dude, it's so funny you mentioned that. My wife, I had never seen it. It came out in an era where I think it was like PG, and I wasn't drawn to it. My wife I watched it with her within the last couple months. She's like, okay, you got to watch this with me. So I did for the first time ever. Like,
you just recently saw it?
Yeah, like a couple months ago. First time in my life I watched Big Mama's House.
You liked it?
It was fun. It was.
You were surprised?
Not really. I mean, it was about what I expected, I guess. I feel like maybe my dude dressed up in a fat suit movie was Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. I guess in my mind, I'm just comparing like
everything
that was the best fat comedian in a fat suit movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I was almost just went into it without being able to break that. Oh, it's just another.
Yeah.
But it had its moments. Dang, we're only on B, so Big T's, Bless the Child, Boiler Room. Okay, that was all right. Blair Witch 2, terrible sequel. Bounce. Oh yeah, that's actually a really depressing movie. I remember it was like about, I don't know if both of them, Ben Affleck, Gwyneth Paltrow, if they both like lost their spouses in the same plane crash or something goofy.
Yeah, Castaway, Charlie's Angels.
Castaway, another one I just recently finally watched. The Cell. Okay, I remember this. I was really excited to see The Cell.
Oh wow, is that the one with
Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, and the weird, is that like have a little boy in it or something? Or
it's I just, whenever it came out, it had those really bizarre, it just looked like a really head trip sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And so I was hyped to see it, definitely. And in the end I was disappointed, but I need to go back and watch it. I just remember it looking so cool in the previews and then kind of being like, and this is 2000, so granted I'm a sophomore in high school.
Dang, and then also Charlie's Angels came out that year.
That was entertaining, but it was
Coyote Ugly. That was, honestly, I didn't mind. Coyote Ugly was a good movie. My sister liked it, and I used to have to watch it with her. And I mean, I feel like it wasn't bad.
And that chick, the main chick from there, I feel like I've been seeing her on TV shows more recently. I feel like she has one of those career Piper Parabo. Like, you see those careers of people in something, and then it seems like they disappear, and then as they get older, they fit some older character role better.
Perfect, yeah.
And then so you start seeing them. So let's see.
Like Haley Joel Osment in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
When he came back.
Yeah.
Topher or whatever.
Yeah. He's kind of stuck to like kind of odd comedic quirky stuff.
Yeah.
Cruel Dr. T and the Women. Oh gosh. That was drowning mode. Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh man.
I went into that knowing it would suck, but I still went and saw it. Yeah. I don't know exactly why.
But I mean, for what it was like, I don't know.
No, you're young enough to where you might have thought it's funny, but I'm still, how many years older am I than you?
I don't think it was really. Oh, yeah. I remember when it came out.
No, I'm just saying, but how old are you?
You're at least 9 years. Chris is 9 years older than me.
So I'm 8 or 9 years. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of the first time we saw. I just know for me, the first time I see something, first impression, it's gonna affect.
To me, it wasn't a very lasting impression. I didn't necessarily even think it was all that funny myself. It was just kind of like, it was repetitive humor. It was like the whole, what does mine say? Dude, what does mine say?
Well, and the thing that stands out to me about that movie is I remember the opening credits, the opening whatever, and the openings, sequence had all these little elements that end up being, elements that you see throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But I just remember seeing that thinking, oh, they're literally just showing us all this different weird stuff that's giving the movie, and then that's what it was. And it's like, and just being able to see that and call that, and
And I think the most lasting thing or the best thing that came out of that whole movie was the whole Zoltan. That thing. That was probably the funniest.
I don't even remember what that is.
It was like a little. There was these like bubble wrap people, and they had the whole Zoltan thing. So either way, we've talked about a stupid movie for too long.
Let's see, Emperor's New Groove. That was actually a good.
Yeah, that was.
That was one of probably the last norm decent, or standard animate. I don't know if you call it the
cartoon.
Kind of traditional cartoon animation. Emperor's New Groove. That was actually really good. Anne Brockovich. I didn't say, but I know she won an Academy Award. Julia Roberts, I believe. The Family Man. That's actually good. My mom and stepdad really like this movie. It's kind of a holiday movie, almost like
yeah. I remember.
What's it called? It's a Wonderful Life type
Nicolas
thing.
Cage.
You know, where he kind of sees what his life would have been if he did something different. Fine. Flintstones, Viva Las Vegas. Frequency. Oh, Get Carter.
Get Carter. That was the dude.
It was the remake. Sylvester Stallone.
That movie that I was in was had that guy Johnny Strong. He was in that movie.
Okay. Oh, The Gift. I remember me and Jones went and saw this because Sam Raimi. It's funny he did the director Sam Raimi. He did the Evil Dead movies, and he's the one who did the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. So it was interesting. But so he did this, but we knew that Katie Holmes sold her tatas, so that's that's why I had to go see it.
Let me see it. Let's see.
So we mentioned Gladiator. Obviously, that
one won Best Picture. It looks like, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. Yeah, regardless.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh gosh,
that was a good one, man. You gotta. I liked that movie.
Is this the same? So we'll see if this. No, Fast and Furious didn't come out this year though. So I'm trying to think the year whenever.
So that was probably 01, 02.
Okay, Gossip, Gunshot, Hamlet, Hanging Up, Here on Earth, High Fidelity. Oh, this is a cult classic now, High Fidelity. It's definitely grown in its appeal and with, acclaim over the years.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Oh, that was 2000?
Yeah. Oh, Hollow Man came out that year. See, I saw it because Paul Verhoeven is a director. He directed
Kevin Bacon one, right? Yeah,
yeah. And he did Starship Troopers, what's it, Total Recall, RoboCop, so I was gonna go see that regardless. And I actually remember going to see that in theaters with Baby Matthew's dad. I remember that. Just remember whenever he was going invisible, seeing his little meat flap of a dong. Kevin Bacon keeps finding a way to show his member. Let's see.
Oh, dude, the ladies, man.
Dude.
Leon Phelps, the ladies, man.
That was a voice me and my buddies did that for a long time. Like that, the ladies man voice, we did that forever. It's like, man, you're trying to do something there. It's like, come on down there. It's all right now.
Dude, that was such a dang.
That was a great character.
That really was.
Character they stretched out. It is one to where it's like, man, how do you stretch this out into a movie? But still, that character is greatness.
Little Nicky.
Dude, Little Nicky, I remember. I thought it was better than I thought it would be. Honestly, whenever I went and saw it, because I felt like it came out of nowhere, and it was such. This plot is so absurd. I felt like, okay, seeing Adam Sandler in a completely bonkers movie at that time in 2000, because I think he did Punch Drunk Love. I don't know if it was before that, but I just felt like I was ready to see him just be completely absurd, and so I don't know. It was better than I thought it'd be. Whenever I saw it as like a 16-year-old, it was fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, lucky numbers. Me, Myself, and Irene came out that year. Oh, that's a classic.
Dude, that's Caleb's that's probably one of Caleb's favorite.
Yeah, Fairly Brothers movie.
That is. I've seen that movie so much because of him.
Dang, Meet the Parents came out that year. They can't deny the funniness of that movie.
All right, so far it's like Meet the Parents, Me, Myself, and Irene. What was the one we just mentioned?
Little Nicky?
No, above Little Nicky.
The Ladies Man. Miss Congeniality came out with me and Chris. This movie actually was so bad.
Mission Mars. It really wasn't. My sister liked it again. It's another one I used to watch. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Mission Impossible 2. Next big thing. Next Friday. I was just disappointed because Chris Tucker didn't come back, so they basically tried replacing his character with Mike Epps. That was Mike Epps was basically supposed to be the funny guy that Chris Tucker was, and he just for me just I could never buy it. Nutty Professor 2 came out that year. That's funny. Nurse Betty, Brother We're Out There. I mean, it's got classic greatness.
Movie.
Yeah, I mean it's a Coen Brothers movie.
Dang. Man. Okay, I feel like I already know.
What, The Patriot?
Yeah, that's got to be. I love that movie. That movie was a good ass movie.
Yeah.
You want to talk about capture like cinematic.
Yeah,
like what you were talking
historical
about production quality of like what you were saying with the TV show Shogun and everything.
Oh yeah,
it's like the production quality of it, the way it was shot, a lot of the scenes it had, the lighting that was captured, like it was really well done.
It was.
Heath
Ledger. That's right. He was.
Yeah, it was exactly Heath Ledger. It was a really that English dude in that movie. He played such a bad guy that it was like
I think it was Jason Isaaks.
I hated him in that movie.
Yeah, that was great. See, Pay It Forward. I never saw it, but I know exactly what it's about.
Yep.
Perfect Storm. Huh. It was entertaining. The George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg on that ship. They're like, there's some kind of fishermen that are in that hazardous situation, and John C. Reilly's in there too.
Oh, dude, Pitch Black.
Oh, snap!
That was not a
dude. That was surprising, and
that was a good movie.
And it's great because it introduced us to Riddick in that whole world. Because Pitch Black came out, and I feel like they didn't really the trailers and advertising, at least from what I remember, didn't really lean into how sci-fi the movie actually was.
Yeah, not at all.
And then you see it and you're like, oh man, this is like a sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah.
And then the Chronicles of Riddick, which made some great video games. If you never played them, like Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay, there's something else. Yeah, dude. So Pitch Black.
That's a great movie.
Solid, it spawned
again
the Riddick.
That was one of the first sci-fi movies I really liked. That was up there with
and it's like a sci-fi horror, which is it's nice. See Pollock. About Jackson Pollock. Yeah. See Proof of Life. Oh, yeah, I remember. I didn't see that, but I remember that. Ready to Rumble. Oh yeah.
That was a good movie. The wrestling movie.
Let's see.
That was a fantastic movie. The Reindeer Games.
Reindeer Games.
Remember the Titans? Oh man.
Let's see. Requiem for a Dream.
Oh,
that's
shit,
dude. This is a movie. I was It's Darren Aronofsky's like a second film, but his first, I guess, his very first one was like black and white. I guess is super independent. This still might technically be independent, but I remember waiting for it to come because it wasn't like in wide theatrical release, but I like was waiting for the day it was released so I could buy it like on DVD because I was so psyched to see it because I saw some trailers for it and things and it just looked so insane and so intense and just that part of my whole love of movies and stuff. It just looked like something I had to see. So I remember like going to Best Buy and buying it the day it came out. Jones might have been with me. I don't remember. Chris and he was probably either way. We watched it, and it's one of those movies where it's like, man, that was phenomenal, but I'm never gonna watch it again.
Dude, okay. And I'll tell you this: it's funny you mentioned that. It's like I personally, I feel like I need to watch it again in the sense because when I watched it, I didn't like it. I'm going to be honest with you because I had it talked up to me so much by one friend of it being really great. Him being like, because it was Crane, my buddy Crane. He really thought it was like he was saying that he thinks it was,
dude. That no.
Oh, and
that was used so much.
And he told me he was like, I think it's like one of the best movies. He was like, it's got one of the best movies made. This and that. He really liked it. Crane really enjoyed it, and I'm like, he kept talking it up and telling me all this about it. So I was like, you know what, I'll watch it. And so we check it out, and I'm watching it. And I'm just like. It was really my disappointment in it. Well, my disappointment in it was because it was like that was not what the fuck I was expecting at all. I had no idea it was going to be that type of movie
about just addiction.
Yes, and it was like, oh, you should have like let me know that this is a certain. It's like I went into it thinking something totally different, and so to me, I need to rewatch it. But that's what sucks about it because I do remember all the shit about it and what a fucking roller coaster it was emotionally. I was just like, I felt tired after watching it, like physically, like not, like mentally, physically, all of it. I was just beat.
Again, so it's like the power of the film to do that. That's kind of part of it's like, Darren Aronofsky. That's what cemented him as one of my favorite.
Dude, that thing was a beating.
Yeah, it's the road.
It's like
trip.
Wow, I was literally about to say that's funny. Like taking a road trip, and then there's road
there
trip.
It is. Rugrats, Rules of Engagement, scary movie. The first scary movie came out that year.
Man, there's a lot of good movies that came out. Scream 3.
I bet every year we're gonna see that. There's just so many things, but yeah, I mean there are definitely.
I mean, but to me, it's not going to be
Norm
too
Macdonald,
hard to make,
Screwed. I forgot about that movie.
It's not going to. Again, right now, so far from what I've seen, it's like I love the Gladiator movie. But I don't know if I would say, like, Patriot was Patriot was such a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, at this point for me, Requiem's probably...
Requiem, See?
Shanghai Noon. Skulls, Small Time Crooks. Snatch came out that year.
Oh my God, though. See? No, okay, that's another thing there. Greatness. I can't deny that, too. I mean, that's hard to put...
Yeah, Sound of Fear, Space Cowboys. Oh, that's Supernova. We're getting in the tease, so we're getting towards the end here. The Tigger movie, Titan A. Oh yeah, that was a traditional animation movie.
That was a good
Traffic.
Movie.
Oh gosh, I think this was Steven Soderbergh's. Yeah, it was kind of a mess of a movie, honestly.
U571. I remember seeing that movie. That was a good movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, Snap Unbreakable came out then too. Actually, that might be like the best.
Oh yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah, Unbreakable.
Like, honestly, that might be. I mean, Sixth Sense. It was like, oh man, that blew the world away. And I guess Signs was decent. I feel like Unbreakable was the most interesting for me.
Yeah,
and it didn't even really need like a twist more to me than just the whole plot of it. Just thinking about in the world of probability and statistics that there is going to be what might be the most luckiest whatever person who's got a natural strength, who's never... I don't know, that's the way I look at it. It's where, like, statistically there's an outlier at either end, right? Like, the most fragile human, and then the seemingly just person who can't ever be harmed or be seriously injured, aside from, I guess water was his weakness or whatever. I think there's one thing that was ended up being his. So I just like it just because thinking of it as the statistical, like right now in the world, just who is the luckiest person? I don't know, but if there was a way to rank it and determine it, there'd be one person who, and almost thinking of it that way, to where it's like a quote unquote realistic perspective on superhero movies. So I know I actually like that a good amount.
Man, I there's one I'm skipping way down here.
No, I'll keep.
I see that when you're passing it right now.
What lies beneath?
No, above it.
Oh, The Way of the Gun,
dude. That right there. Classic. Shout out to my boy Crane. That was one that Crane loved that movie. He put me on it. He was like, "Man, you got to watch this movie."
Dude, and it's funny because Christopher McQuarrie, the director, he's actually the guy who's been handling the latest Mission Impossible movies. Which,
really?
If you haven't stayed on them, they are actually phenomenal action movies. Like, I feel like a lot of people check out when they hear Tom Cruise, but if they actually see these movies, like, they are really good.
Like, did you see the movie with him? Was it the Jack Reacher movie?
Yeah.
Dude, that was a badass
that's the
movie.
Thing. Tom Cruise, whatever he is with his personal life and beliefs, that's fine.
That dude's probably one of the best actors.
He's so committed to his craft and the passion he puts into it to where he doesn't really put out a bad product.
No.
It's rare, And honestly, whenever he was in Magnolia and he got nominated for an Academy Award, I really think, I feel like that. I'm curious to see if he ever gets nominated again. He's going to have to do some crazy dramatic turn because for everything, at the end of the day, I like a lot of what he puts out. And he's been in some amazing sci-fi, like, what's it called? Minority Report.
Yep.
And then freaking Edge of Tomorrow, which is, oh man. Yeah, he's done so. Let's see. Keep going. What Women Want? Oh, that was popular. I remember that. Word W's. The Whole 9 Yards. Ha! Yeah, me and your brother watched this. It wasn't bad. This was pretty funny.
That was a funny-ass movie. Yeah, Yanni Gogolak and the Gogolak
Matthew
gang.
Perry, rip him. Amanda Peet, you got to see her teats. That's. I always remember that sort of thing.
X-Men, though? And then also, come on.
That came out? Wow. That's why X-Men came out that year. And yeah, obviously this was a handful of years before the MCU was the thing whatsoever.
What is MCU?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Which started with Iron Man, really. And then, yeah, that's really where it started. And so, yeah. And that...
I mean, all right. So out of those, there was two you said. Snatch and The Patriot have got to be like my top two out of that.
So for me, Requiem for a Dream.
Because I mean, there was not to say that there wasn't also some amazing movies in there. Because there's many I love and that I have a lot of good memories of. Like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Scream, or whatever.
No, there's some great films, but just for you, like which ones?
Yeah, for me, like I said, the top two are gonna have to be those: The Patriot and Snatch.
Yeah,
those are my top two.
So I definitely have to do Requiem for a Dream. If we're picking two,
because it's hard to just pick one.
I know.
And they already had The Gladiator selected, so that's kind of out of it, just in a sense. I mean, that's already named number one of the year.
Bedazzled was so good. I mean, American Psycho.
Okay, American Psycho.
Yeah, for me, it's American Psycho and Requiem.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are the two for me.
Because what we've done there is there's 4 fantastic movies that people can go watch now.
Yep, from the year 2000.
Yeah, from the year 2000. Those are 4 fantastic movies you can go check out. Snatch, Requiem for a Dream, American Psycho, and The Patriot.
Yeah.
So those are 4 bangers.
This was fun. This is a good idea, good sir.
Yeah, we'll have to. And
look
then we
forward
can
to working through
this, to TV shows.
Yeah,
stuff
now
like
we'll
that.
work our way through
But
this way. But yeah, who knows? This is.